Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. And today I wanted to talk to you about something I was thinking about talking to you guys about a little while ago, but I didn't, I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to talk about it, but I think I have a pretty decent idea. So today I want to talk to you guys about life, and not just any aspect of life. I mean, living life. I mean, when you're living life, it's you usually it's very easy to think and dwell on the negatives, like doom scrolling, as you will. I think I've mentioned it a couple times, but I have a really huge disdain for doom scrolling. Doom scrolling is the idea of just purposely going out of your way to find things that are like bad going on in the world, like um, n- going out of your way to find like horrible things that get you all upset, like wow, the world sucks, like oh, the world's ending or something like that. And I think mainstream news is like a huge doom scroll fest because if you go on the news most of the time you don't even see like those cute stories about like a puppy being saved from a tree or something like that. Like there's never really anything good, and that's like really easy to fall into the trap too. But that was like old school, people don't really watch the news anymore, at least young people. So if you're watching this video and you watch the news, please let me know. But at the end of the day, for the majority of younger folks around my age or even younger, even a little bit older, a lot of us are a little wiser to the idea of, the news isn't really the best source of news. However, that does not mean the internet is exempt from these things, because when it comes down to the internet, it's a lot easier, I'd say, to start doom scrolling because all you have to do is launch up TikTok or Instagram or Twitter, and boom, you've got like the war in Iran with Israel. No, the war with Iran and Israel with the drone strike stuff. You've got Israel invading Pakistan, and yes, I'm not saying that we should not be aware of these things, because being aware of these things and actively pursuing ways that we can make it better to change it, that is the only way that we're actually going to cause change. However, I don't think that you should spend all of your time just constantly consuming this type of media. And like I said, I'm not going to be insensitive to the fact that we need to be aware of these things so that we know what our powers that be are doing. But I don't think that we should be only consuming this stuff. It shouldn't be like wake up, open up TikTok, see that something happened, and sit there and be miserable about it. Like, yes, horrible things are happening in the world, especially nowadays. Well, horrible things have always been happening. It's just that with the internet makes it a lot easier to, you know, indulge or, spread awareness to these things, which is great. But at the same time, it's like a huge curse because now we just like constantly slammed with all this knowledge of these horrible things happening in the world to these people. And, at the end of the day, we can give our support, but that's all you can do. Like, unless you're like, somebody who's in power, somebody who has like a lot of money, who can donate a lot, all you can do is try to spread awareness and gain support. But it shouldn't be your entire life. Yes, there are people who are completely activists. Vegans are activists to an extent. I'm a vegan. I completely understand when you have a cause that you want to, you know, go up to bat for, that's fine. But I'm talking about for the people who don't do that, the people who just sit there and scroll all these negative things, and then God forbid you're having like a good day. Say if I went on Twitter right now and said, wow, it's such a sunny day out, life is great. Everyone's gonna sit there and like bombard me with, hey, this is going on over here, like you shouldn't be having fun, you shouldn't be enjoying yourself. Yes, I know. There's things going on in the world. People need help, and I'm all for supporting and helping that. However, that doesn't mean that I don't care if I'm enjoying my life. Yes, horrible things are happening. Yes, horrible things will continue to happen unless we do something about it. That doesn't mean that I have to put my life on hold. And this isn't just for me, this is for any of us. We don't have to put our life on hold to, you know, fix the problem. Because we're not going to be able to fix the problem that way. The only way we're gonna fix the problem is spreading awareness and, uh, doing what we can. But doing what we can does not necessarily mean that you have to, give up your entire life to that. Not everyone can do that. To the ones who can, power to you. I'm very happy for you guys, and whoever is able to, and whoever is in need of the help, I can understand. You're changing the world, and I'm not mad about that. That's okay. That's great. But on the same hand, don't blame people who are not doing that. You know, unless somebody straight up says that they don't care about this stuff going on at all, and it doesn't matter to them, then then I could kind of see that. But life is too short to just be hung up on the negatives all the time, constantly. I think that we should be aware of the negatives, help out where we can, and enjoy our lives, because life isn't as bad as you think, especially for us. Like me personally, I'm very privileged, and I know that because I'm white and I'm a male and I'm in America. And that is like the concoction for, a good life. So I might be biased. I am completely aware of the fact that I have it way easier than others. But at the same time, not everyone's life sucks all the time. I've battled with depression, so I understand life really can take a toll on you sometimes. That's not the issue here. I think that there's a lot more things to be grateful for in life, especially when you're living in a place that's like as privileged. If you're watching this, you're most likely living in a spot of privilege, or, you have it better off than most people. So, for the people who are watching this, life isn't all doom and gloom. Life doesn't have to suck. It sucks, but it also doesn't have to suck. I I've watched this show, BoJack Horseman. Everyone's a big fan of it. If you've seen it, you know why. And there's this one quote from, I don't remember the character's name. It's like no, it's not Hank Hippopotamus. It's somebody. It's some bear or something like that. I think it's a bear. And he left Hollywood and went all on his own, and it hurt a lot of people. Everyone was upset, but he was struggling with his own demons, his own battle, and he said one of the strongest lines that I've ever heard in a TV show, and I can wholeheartedly say that this is words to live by. We are responsible for our own happiness. I'm pretty sure he's the one who said that. If not, it was said at some point in the show. We are responsible for our own happiness. I can decide one day that I want to work to being happy. Now, does that mean I'm going to be happy immediately? No. Nope, 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 nope. I'm not going to be happy immediately. But I can take the steps to make it better. I can take the steps to be happy. What, back on the topic of doom scrolling, you can take the steps to make it better. It won't make it better immediately, but we can take the steps to. Doesn't have to be doom and gloom all the time. That's what I'm trying to say here. The world isn't ending, and you should be enjoying your life as much as you can, because you only got one life. Why would you want to spend it so sad? Why would you want to spend it miserably? It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I did that for so long, where I just, was so full of myself with, oh, the world's like, my life sucks, it's gonna suck. And it took up so much of my life, and I regret it. But at the same time, it put me to where I am now. So if you're struggling with, you know, depression, or you think that the world constantly sucks, and here's three things you can do. Look at yourself and think of things that you can do to better yourself. Like, what can you personally do in your life to better yourself? Then the second thing you can do is stop doom scrolling on social media. Not saying don't be aware of what's going on in the world, because you should be aware of what's going on in the world, especially when it comes to politics. Not saying it has to be your only thing, but you get what I'm saying. Have a healthy balance. So, and then three, stop worrying about what other people think of you, because you know you're not everyone's cup of tea. I know I'm not. I'm gonna sound like a bit of an asshole here, but I'm an Aquarius, I'm an Aquarius, and one of my biggest things is, I have to be different. I mean, not saying that just because I'm an Aquarius I have to be different. I like to be different. It's just funny to assume. Plus I'm really heavy into astrology. So, I'm an Aquarius. I want to be different. I'm not too worried about what people think of me. I used to when I was younger. I used to sit there, but then I kind of grew into myself. I still feel like I'm growing into myself, and that's life. You're gonna keep growing into yourself. But the only way you're gonna be the best version of yourself is if you realize what you have and what you don't have, and work on what you have, and let go of what you don't. Don't sit there and be so miserable about what could happen, what will happen, all the bad stuff. Don't worry about just the bad stuff, but also learn to enjoy yourself more. Life's not all bad. And when you have a bad day, when you have a bad moment, that's fine. Because you know what? Tomorrow's a new day. You can take the time to be sad. You can take the time to be depressed. You don't have to um think that the world is over, like, you have to be sad constantly. Like, you can just be. And that's sometimes the best thing to do, just be. And I think that's all I want to say on this. I don't want to beat a dead horse. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button. Leave a comment if you made it this far. Tell me something that you're going to do to make yourself feel better. And subscribe if you're new around here. I'll catch you guys in the flip side. Peace, broskies. See ya.